Welcome to In the Know by Diane Schindler. This is Diane Schindler speaking. I'm the host of In the Know, the podcast show. I'm an author, a presenter, a solo nomad, a travel blogger, and a photographer. So this podcast show includes writing tips, travel tips, and my views of life from savvy and thoughtful to quirky and humorous. I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, this is Diane Schindler, and welcome to In the Know. Such a great show today. We have Marla McDaniel. Let me tell you a little bit about Marla. She grew up between homes in South Florida and Indiana family farm. She enjoys small towns, country roads, islands, antiques, and history. We know right here in Amelia Island, this island contains within its small area the qualities she and her family enjoy as their residents. Appreciation of historical sites led her efforts in the preservation of old railroads, bridges, and depots. She took part in the nationwide transportation agenda to recycle abandoned railroads into community trails. She likes to write nonfiction and values the camaraderie and the support of writers in a vibrant artistic community. Marla is the coordinator of Amelia Island Writers, which is also a chapter of the Florida Writers Association. The Amelia Island Writers hosts monthly programs of interest for established and aspiring writers of all genres. So, that's kind of this formal and beautiful bio of Marla. So I want to welcome Marla to the program today.
Thank you, Diane. I'm so glad to be here with you.
Me too. Now, we're really recording this today because you're wonderful and because you're a leader of this writers group, and I'm interested in knowing more about you. Furthermore, we are recording this today because there'll be a presentation about podcasting at the Amelia Writers meeting, February 25th of this month, and participants of that meeting will have an opportunity to hear Marla's interview on In the Know. So we're excited. Now, Marla and I put together a list of questions. And so let's go through those questions, try to make sure that our listeners are well informed about Marla and the writers group. First of all, how long have you been involved with the writers group? Were you involved with the writers group before you became our coordinator?
Oh, yes. I have attended meetings for about 8 years. That does not mean I was writing. I had to look to those who were writing for inspiration, figuring if they could do it, maybe I could too in time. My schedule just didn't allow for it, and sometimes you just have to wait. And that is why I encourage aspiring writers to attend meetings and get to know other writers and published authors. In 2019 brought about the reorganization of the group to become known as Amelia Island Writers. A dedicated steering committee made that transition possible. After serving 5 years as coordinator, the former director needed to turn her full attention to her own writing.
Now, I understand you have interest in interactive programs. Can you tell me about those?
Yeah, it's a little bit different format that responded to participant feedback. We're trying some new things. People wanted more opportunities for social time and active programming. So we began with mining nuggets of ourselves through the writing of memoir exercises. That was popular. It became a source for us to get to know each other, and we made new discoveries during a 2.5-month process of study. And some others, St. Pat's was celebrated with open readings and a great time at Marlin and Barrel Distillery. We've tried some new things, such as our summer camp. As you know, living in Florida, some groups suspend their meetings during the hot summers, but we decided to continue on, but with something completely new. Summer camp for adults. Relaxed and fun, we took existing fairy tales and mixed them up or created new ones. We enjoyed being kids again. Continuing in that vein, we painted rocks with short literary quotes, such as, The Earth Laughs in Flowers. And then one of mine, since I like autobiographies, from Lauren Bacall, Imagination is the highest kite one can fly. We did some editing exercises to tighten up our prose, and we learned about blogs, how they are an effective tool to sharpen writing focus as our work goes out into the public. Another one, our Halloween costume party and readings was a big hit. And very insightful was how one's career guides and influences your choice of writing genre. We learned a lot from the presenting author. We got to interact with that author and made new discoveries about ourselves. So each meeting we try to learn on several levels.
That's what I was thinking as you were talking about it. You're adding place and time as well as some form of writing, whether it be on rocks or poetry or memoir. So it's really a rich way to approach learning and camaraderie.
Yes, it's been well received and we've had good attendance.
And I think that camaraderie, when you go camping or when you go to summer camp, when you spend that much time with one another, it's really excellent way to not only learn, but learn from one another.
Yes, it is.
Now tell us about your one-stop web resource for the Nassau County authors and bloggers.
Oh, I'd be happy to. This is something new also. AmeliaIslandWriters.org is more than just a website. A current project is to list local authors and bloggers so the public and other writers can easily locate them. The need for this occurred to me as I read some blogs, so well written. People don't know about them. I realize they need to be publicized, as well as the entire body of work produced by Nassau County authors. We've gone on to include authors who have passed away and books that are out of print. So what we're going to end up with, Diane, is a record of the past and the present, and then keep going. So what you would want to do is go to the website, view the author pages, and use the contact form.
We'll have, by the way, in the show notes, not only a copy of your biography, but also the links to the writers group and your email address. So
that's fine. Yes.
The other thing I'm going to ask you, which is not on our list, so we're going to be a little more spontaneous here. You yourself are working on a collaborative writing project. Isn't that the case? And if it is, can you tell us about it?
Yes, a group of us decided to see if we could write collaboratively. It's been quite an adventure. Thank goodness Clay County writers and the Ocala group called the Freedom Writers have shared their ups and downs with us as we finish our final manuscripts for an anthology. And it's about sharing our island habitat with the creatures who live here. Very timely, we've been told, with all of the talk about and action groups forming around tree conservancy, growth, development, environmental issues, traffic, and so on here in our most northern east point in Florida. So we are putting pen to paper on that and being joined by local artists who are illustrating the book.
I am so happy and proud to announce Marilyn Atlas will guest on this show next week. Now, Marilyn is a talent and literary manager, an author, and an award-winning producer. Her bio is incredible. Among her credits as a film producer are Real Women Have Curves for HBO, and that won the Audience Award at the Sundance Film Festival. Also, A Certain Desire, starring Sam Waterston, and Echoes, which won the Gold Award at the Texas International Film Festival. She's lectured at the Los Angeles Asian Film Festival, as well as various other symposia for the Sherman Oaks Experimental College in California. She's a founding member of Women in Film's Luminous Committee, which supports the portrayal of women in non-stereotypical roles in film and television. And for you writers out there, she is the co-author of a relationship-based screenwriting guide called Dating Your Character, with a subtitle, A Sexy Guide to Screenwriting for Film and TV. It's 500 pages and chock full of explanation and exercises steeped in constant encouragement. I met her at the Florida Writers Annual Conference in Orlando. She is a delight. You're going to love hearing about her and hearing from her. Please stay tuned to In the Know so you can hear her interview. I think it will be broadcasted by February 25th. So we look forward to that.
The writing community is part of a larger community, of course. We are pleased that our summer camp for adults produced a donation for the Island Art Association's children's programming, and our Halloween party, the same, for the Amelia Island History Museum. We meet at and support our local bookstores, and we've circulated within the community a bit more. We do have a monthly newsletter that we've established, author events. We strive to remain open to suggestions and ideas. Author Rachel Carson said, "If you write what you yourself sincerely think and feel and are interested in, you will interest other people."
I'm impressed with your leadership with the efforts of the writers group to get more involved in the community and the other artistic aspects of Amelia Island. We have a lot of talent here.
It's amazing, and that's why we wanted to bring some of this out, because it was submerged or hidden, and we want to get those lights out shining.
Now, how can writers and bloggers become a part of the Amelia Writers Group?
The easiest thing to do is just go to the website and submit a contact form and just state what you would like to do, be added to our news distribution. We have a monthly meeting as well as focus groups, and they include critique, memoirs, biography, and writing for stage and screen. We remain open to ideas for additional groups, and a calendar is located on the website also. The meetings are open to the public, Diane. Some of the things coming up, we'll learn about a most important aspect of your book, which is the cover design. A variety of programs are going to be offered, including the research and writing of historical fiction. And for summer camp, we are thinking of Tai Chi for writers and writing to a selected summer theme, as we did last year. And of course, your program on podcasting.
So impressed, Marla, with your efforts and success at having rich experiences for writers. And so I appreciate that so much. I know it takes a lot of work. And I understand when I chat with you, whether it's at Dr. J's front porch or just meet you on the street, and your passion for this group.
Oh, thank you very much. And it is fun. And we need to have a good time while we're learning and get to know each other. And so that's what it's about.
So we talked about 2020. As we conclude this interview, is there anything thoughts that you have for the future beyond 2020?
I would just say a hope for the future is, whether you are writing or you are an aspiring writer, good advice that we hear consistently is just keep going. Someone is looking up to you as an example that it can be done. And I like to think of Irving Polster's book, Every Person's Life is Worth a Novel. So go mining for those nuggets.
And I would like to say, get out of your own way.
But that's good advice, too, to get out of your own way.
Well, thank you, Marla. Anything else you want to close with?
No, but we certainly appreciate you, Diane, and the opportunity we're going to have to learn about podcasts, and we so look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will see you next time.
Thanks so much for listening. If you would like to support In the Know, you can do so by subscribing and sharing In the Know with your family and friends. You can like this episode, you can leave a comment, and even add a rating. Your support is very important to our success, and thank you so much for listening. See you next time on In the Know.